evening and welcome to the engagement ceremony of Theseus, the Duke of Athens, and Hippolyta, Princess of the Amazon, also known as 3D EP's production of Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. Tonight, you are our honored guests as we celebrate the power and surprise of finding love. Tonight's festivities would not be possible without the support of our distinguished benefactors, Vice Chancellor Dr. Father Abraham VM, Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. Father Joe C.C., Registrar Dr. Anil Joseph Pinto, Dean Dr. John Joseph Kennedy, Department Director Dr. Father Lijo Thomas, our Theatre Studies faculty, Professors Philip Solim, Ashokan O, and Chad Kennedy. With special thanks for specific contributions by Professor Anirban Dev Sarma, our choreographer, Professor Anaga Kashyap, Auditorium Manager, Mr. Naveen Joseph, and HOD of Performing Arts, Professor Praveen Vilarish. Now, Theseus is a gracious ruler, but he still has some rules. So, I would request you all to put your phones on silence and refrain from using flash photography. All the light that you need to capture the magic on stage is here. Also, if you need to exit the halls at any time, please use the doors at the end of the hallway. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Presenting Theseus and Hippolyta.
Desires like to a stepped in. Or a dowager. Long will bring out the young man's room.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night, and 4 nights will quickly dream away the time. And the moon, like to a silver bow new bent in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Go, philosophy! Stir up the thinnies to merriment, awake the poet and the nimble spirit of mirth. Turn manically forth to funerals, the pale companion is not for our bomb. Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, and won thy love through the usury. But I'll marry thee with another key, with pomp, with triumph, and with reveling.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Thanks, good Aegis. What's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, with complaint against my child, my daughter Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, my noble lord. This man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander. And, my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses and feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasies with bracelets of fine hair, rings, nags, gauds, conceits, nosegays, sweetmeats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhardened youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And, my gracious Duke, be it so, she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of the Athens, as she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall be either to this gentleman or to her death! According to our law, immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? We advise, fair maid, to you your mother should be a goddess, the one who composed your beauties, yeah? And one to whom you should be but a form in wax, by her imprinted within her power to leave the figure or disfigure it. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself is, but in this kind wanting your mother's voice, the other must be held worthier.
I would. My mother looked, but with my eyes.
Rather you should see with her judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty in such a presence here to plead my cause. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death or abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Know of your youth, examine well your blood, whether you can endure the library of a nun. For I, too, being shady cloister mute to live a bad and sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. Thrice blessed are they that undergo such maidal pilgrimage, but earthlier happy is the rose distilled than that which lives on withering thorn, grows, lives, and dies in a single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, and so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin patent up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, either prepare to die for disobedience to your mother's will, or to wed Demetrius, as he would, or in Diana's altar protest for high austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title upon my certain right.
You have our mother's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. Do you marry Aegeus?
Scornful Lysander! He hath my love, and what is mine, my love shall render him, and she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. Her fortunes in every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage as Demetrius. Which is more than all this most can be. I'm beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, Alaochitu's head made love to Nether's daughter Helena and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must say that I heard so much, and with Demetrius thought was spoke thereof, but being so full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But come, Demetrius and Aegeus, you shall come with me, have some private schooling for you both. Fair Hermia, look thy arm yourself, to fit your fancies to your mother's will, or the law of Athens yields you up, either to death or a vast single life. Come, Hippolyta, what cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegeus, you should come with me. I shall join some business against our nuptial that concerns you both.
With duty and desire we follow you.
How now, my love, why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Belike for want of rain, which I could well be tamed and from the tempest of my eyes.
I me, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history. My love, the course of true love never did run smooth, but either it was different in blood.
Oh, cross! Too high to be enthralled too low!
Or else miscraft in respect of years.
Oh, fight, too old to be engaged, too young.
Or it stood up on the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another size.
Or if there was sympathy in choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as a lightning in the cool-heat night, that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth. And here a man hath power to say, behold, the jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick bright things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our child patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as thoughts, dreams, sighs, wishes and tears, to offense his followers.
A good persuasion, therefore hear me, Hamya. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue, and she hath no child. From Athens is her house remote 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hamya, I will marry thee. And to that sharp place Athenian law cannot pursue us. Thou lovest me, steal forth thy mother's house tomorrow night, and meet me in the wood, a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena, to do observance to a moan of me. There, gentle Hamya, I will stay for thee.
My good Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, and by the arrow with the golden head, by the simplicity of Venus's love, which knitted our souls together in prosperous love, and by the fire which burned the Carthage queen when the false Trojan under the sail was seen, by all the vows that men have ever broke, in number more than ever women spoke. Lysander! Lysander! In that same place thou hast appointed me, tomorrow I will meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Oh, look, here comes Helena.
Fair Helena! Whither away?
Call you me fair. That fair again, unsay Demetrius loves your fair. Oh, happy fair, your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green, when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching, oh, what favor so yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. My ear should catch your voice, my eye, your eye, my tongue should catch your tongue, sweet melody. Were the world mine, Demetrius being baited, the rest I give to be to you translated. Oh, teach me how you look, and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius' heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Would your frowns teach my smile such skill?
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, would my prayers such affections move?
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is no fault of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault be mine?
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and I will fly this place. The time before I did Lysander see seemed Athens as a paradise to me. Oh, what praises and love to dwell, that he hath turned a heaven unto a hell.
Helena, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night when Phoebe doth behold a silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl thy bladed grass, a time that lovers' thoughts shall conceal, through Athens gates have we devised to steal.
And in the woods where often you and I upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsel sweet, there myself and Lysander shall meet. And thence from Athens turn our eyes to seek new friends and strangers' companies. Farewell, sweet playfellow. Pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Lysander, we must starve a sight from lovers' food until morrow deep midnight.
I will, my love. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius dote on you.
How happy some of others can be. Through Athens I'm thought as fair as she, but what of that? Demetrius thinks not so. He will not know at all, but he rules not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love's mind of any judgment taste. Wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste, and therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is so oft beguiled. As waggish boys in game themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. And when this hailed some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then will he tomorrow night to pursue her, and for this intelligence of a half times is a dear expense, but herein mean I to enrich my pay and have sight thither, and back again.
ಉಪ್ಪಿಗಿಂತ ರುಚಿ ಬೇರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಪ್ಪಿಕೊಂಡೋರು ದಡ್ಡರಲ್ಲ
Is all our company here?
You were best to call them generally, woman by woman, according to the script.
Here's the scroll of every man's name which is thought fit through all ages to play in our interlude before the Duke and the Duchess on his wedding day at night.
But first, good Quince, see what the play treats on, then read the names of the actors, and so grow to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and the most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
Ah, well, a very good piece of work and a marriage. Now, good Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll masters. Spread yourselves.
Answer as I call you. Porter the dancer.
Ready? Name what part I am for and proceed.
You, Porter, will play Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? Is he a lover or a tyrant?
The lover that killed himself, most gallant for love.
Well, that will ask for some true tears in the performing of it. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms, I will condole to some measure, and to the rest. Yet my chief humor is befit a tyrant. Oh, or a part to make a cat split and tear off. The raging rocks and shivering shocks break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' car shines from far to make mar the foolish fates. Yeah? Well, that was lovely. Now, read the names of the players. This was Hercules' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Flute Baker. Here, Prince. Flute, you must take Thisbe on. What is Thisbe? A wandering knight. It is the lady that Pyramus must love. You shall play to the mask, and you may speak as small as you will.
And I may hide my face too. Let me play Thisbe. I'll speak in a monstrous little voice. Ahem. Disney! Disney!
Pyramus, my dear, that Disney lover, dear lady.
No. You will play Pyramus, and Flute, you Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
Starveling the designer. Here, Peter Quinn. You, Thisbe's mother. Snout the secretary. Prince, you, Pyramus's father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the tea cellar. You, the lion's cart, and I hope here is a play fitted. Have you the lion's part written? Pray you, if it be given me from a little slow study. You may do it extempo, for it is nothing but roaring.
Then I may roar too. Let me play the line. I will roar, and it will do any man's heart good to hear me. I will roar, and the Duke will say, "Let him roar again! Let him roar again!"
And you shall do it too terribly. You shall frighten the Duchess and the ladies, and they would shriek, and it was enough to hang us all.
That would hang us all.
Every mother's son. Oh no.
I grant you, friends, if you were to fright the ladies out of their wits, they would have no more discretion but to hang us. But I will aggravate my voice and I will roar you as gently as a sucking dove. I will roar you and twirl a nightingale.
You can play no part but Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it. What beard will I just play it
Oh,
in?
why what you will?
I will discharge it in either your straw-colored beard, your orange honey beard, your purple Indian beard, your French-colored crown beard, or your perfect yellow.
So if your friends don't have no hair at all, then you play barefaced. But, masters, here are your parts, giving out the parts, and I am to entreat you, request you, and desire you to come down by tomorrow night and meet me in the palace wood a mile without town by moonlight. There will be rehearsed, for if we meet in the city, we shall be dogged with company and our devices known. In the meantime, I will draw the veiled property such as our place wants. I pray you fail me not.
We will meet there, and there we may rehearse most obscenely and courageously. Take pains, be perfect, and adieu.
At the Duke's Oak we meet.
Enough. Hold or cut both strings.
How now, spirit? Whither wander you? Over hill, over dale,
Thorough bush, thorough briar,
o'er park, o'er vale.
thorough flood, thorough fire.
We do wander everywhere.
Swifter than the moon's fair.
We serve the fairy queen to do her arms upon the green.
The cowslips tall our pensioners be, in their gold coat spots you see, those be rubies, fairies' favors, in those freckles live their savors. We must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang the pearl like the cowslips here.
Farewell, the love of spirits. We'll be gone. Our queen and all her elves will hear it on.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell in wrath. Because that she, as her attendant, had the lovely boy stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child, night of a stranger trace the forest's while. But she perforce withholds the lovely boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet, in grove or green, near fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen. But they do square, for all their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there. Either I mistake your making in sheep quiet, or else you are that shrewd and mad sprite called Robin Goodfellow.
Are you not he who frightens the maidens of the villagery and sometimes labors in the corn and bootless make the breathless husband turn?
And sometime make that drink bear no palm, mislead night wanderers, laughing at their harm?
Those that call you hobgoblin and sweet buck, you do their work and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speak aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I, a fat, bean-fed horse, beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal. And sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in the very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lips I puff, and on her feather dew like pour the ale. Oh, the wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale. Sometime for 3 foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her palm, and down topples she, and cries and falls into a cough, and the whole choir holds their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there.
moonlight, proud Titania.
What, jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I forsworn his bed and company.
Terry Rashwanton, am I not thy lord?
Then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of corn, sat all day playing on pipes of corn and voicing love to amorous Philida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest steep of India, but that forsooth your bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress, and your warrior love to Theseus must be wedded, and you come to give their bed joy and prosperity.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love to Theseus. Didst not lead him through the glimmering night from Peloponnese, whom he ravished, and make the fair Athens break his faith with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. And never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brooks, or in the beechen margin of the sea to dance our ringlets to the whistling winds. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds, piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which, falling in the land, have every pelting river made so proud, that they have overgrown their continent. The ox hath therefore stretched his yoke in vain, the ploughman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere its river did fulfill. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and the crows are fatted with the Maari flock. The 9 men's morass is filled up with mud, and the quaint mazes of the wanton green, for a lack of tread, are undistinguishable. The human mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him, or carol, blessed therefore the moon. The governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air. That rheumatic diseases do abound, and thorough this distemperature, we see the seasons alter. Hoary-headed frost fall on the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and an old hyacinth thin and icy crown, and odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as a mockery sent. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wonted liveries, and the maids that roll by their ring-piece now knows not which is which. The same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissensions. We are their parents and original.
Do you amend it then? Lies in you. Why should Titania cross her Overgrown? I do, but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest, the fairyland buys not a child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night, full often had she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. When we have laughed to see the seals conceive and grow big-bellied in the wanton wind, witchy with pretty and swimming gait, following her womb, then rich with my young squire, would imitate and sail upon the land. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with her.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance after Theseus' wedding day, if you shall patiently join our moonlight revels, come with us. If not, shun me and I'll spare your haunts.
Well, give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away. I shall try downright if I longer stay.
Well, go thy way! Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for this injury! My gentle heart, come here. Fetch me that flower, the herb I showed thee once. The juice of it on a sleeping eyelid's lid will make a man or woman madly turn upon the next live creature it sees.
I'll put a girdle round about the earth in 14 minutes.
wants that juice. I'll watch Titania when she's asleep and drop the liquor of it in her eyes. Then the next thing she waking look upon, be it a lion, bear, wolf or bull, or mating monkey or a busy ape, she shall pursue it with the soul of love. But who comes here? I'm invisible. I know you're at this conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I will slay, and the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen unto this wood, and wood within this wood, here I am. For I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant. But yet you draw not iron, for my heart is as true as steel. Leave you your heart to draw, and I shall have no power left to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you that I do not and cannot love you?
And even for that do I love you the more. I am your spaniel and Demetrius. The more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Spurn me, strike me, lose me, neglect me, only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worse a place can I beg in your love than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look upon thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much, to leave the city and commit yourself unto the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore I can come not in the night. Nor though this would lack worlds of company for you in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said that I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide thee in the brakes, and leave thee to the mercy of the wild beasts.
Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The mile hind pursues the griffin. The dove makes speed to catch the tiger, bootless speed, when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. And if thou dost follow me, believe me, I will do thee mischief in the woods.
I, in the temple, in the town, in the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! You longs to set a scandal on my sex. We were not made to fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we were not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven out of hell, or to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt fly him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower there? Welcome, wanderer.
And there it is.
I pray thee, give it me. I know bad, where the wild wind blows, where the ox lives and nodding while it grows, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk rose and with aglaton. There sleeps Titania sometimes in the night, lulled this flower with dance and delight. And with the juice of this, I streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fantasies. Take thou some of it, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love with a disdainful youth. Anoint his eyes, but do it when the next thing he spies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garment he hath on.
Fear not, my lord. Your servant shall do so.
Come, now a roundel and a fairy song. Then for the third part of a minute hence, some to kill cankers in the musk rose buds, some war with dreary mice for their leather and wings to make my small elf coats, and some keep back the clamorous owl that nightly hoot and wonders at our quaint spirits. Sing me now to sleep, then to your offices and let me rest.
You spotted snakes with double tongue, thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blind bumps do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen.
melts away. Now all is well. One alone stands sentinel.
What thou seest when thou dost wake, do it for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, part of bow with bristle hair. In thy eye that shall appear when thou wakest. If she be by, wake when the wild thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood. And to speak truth, I forgot a way. We'll rest us, Homya, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Find you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander. For my sake, my dear, lie further off yet. Do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense sweet of my innocence. Love takes meaning in love's conference. I mean my heart unto yours is knit, so that one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchange with an oath, so then two bosoms in one troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny. For lying so Homya, I do not lie.
Lysander, it is very prettily. Now much beshrew my manners and my pride if Homya meant to say Lysander light. But gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off in human modesty. As such separation as may well be said becomes a virtuous bachelor and a mate. So far be distant. Far be distant. Good night, sweet friend. Thy love never alter till thy sweet life end.
Amen to that fair prayer say I, and end life and end loyalty. Here is my bed. Here is my bed, same give thee always rest.
With half that wish, the wish's eyes be pressed. Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none. On whose eyes might I approve this flower's force in steering love? Oh! Night and silence, who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. Oh, this is he my master said, despise the Athenian maid. And there the maiden, sleeping sound, on this dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she does not lie near this latin, this ill courtesy. Churl upon thy eyes I throw, all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakes, let love forbid, sleep is sleep on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon. Bye.
Stay, Rodakil, sweet Demetrius.
I can't say. Do not haunt me thus.
Ah, wilt thou, darling, leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
I am out of breath in this fawn chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy be Homya wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears, if so mine are oftener wash than hers. No, no, I am ugly as a bear, for beasts that make me run away for fear. No marvel though Demetrius do as a monster ply my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fairy eye.
soft, the through the bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Woohoo! Is a violent impression on my soul.
Do not say so, Lysander. Say not so. What do he love your Hermia, Lord? What though? That Hermia still loves you, no? Be content.
Content with Hermia? Oh, no. I do repent tedious minutes with her I spent. Not Hermia, but Helen I love, who will not change a raven for a dove. See, the will of a man buys reason sway, and the reason says, you are the worthier mate. Things growing ripe are not ripened in the season, so I being young was not right to reason. Now reaching the point of human skill, reason becomes the master to my will, and leads me to your eyes, where I overlook love stories written in love's richest books.
Wherefore was I to this mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never know, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must flout my insufficiency. Good troth, you do me wrong. Good sooth, you do in such disdainful manner me to woo. Perforce, I must confess, I thought you were a man of much truer gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man be refused should of another therefore be abused.
She definitely loves me. Oh, she sees not Hermia. Hermia slipped out there, and never near so come like Lysander here. For as the serpent of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, as the head sees that men do leave, of all those hate that they did deceive. So though my serpent and my hair see of all be hated but most of me, and all my powers address your love and might to honor Helen, and to be her knight. Woo! Woo!
Help me, Lysander! Help me! Do my best to block this Malik, sir! Oh, I'm me! So pity! What a dream was here! Lysander, look at you, how do I quake with fear? We thought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? Lysander? What, removed? Lysander! Lord! Out of hearing? No sound, no word. Alack, where are you? Speak, and if you hear, speak of all loves. Look, how do I quake with fear? No! Then I perceive you not nigh. Either you or death I'll find immediately.
Maari kannu Gori myage, khadkan kannu Gori myage, Maari kannu Gori myage, khadkan kannu Gori myage, avana kannu akata. Are we all met?
Pat, and here's a marvelous convenient place for our rehearsal. This green plot shall be our stage. This hawthorn brake our tiring house. And we will do it in action as we will do it before the Duke.
Quince,
What sayest thou, bully bottom?
there are some things in this play of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you this?
By Lakin, a peerless fear.
I believe we must leave the killing out when all is done.
No, not a whit. I have a device to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let the prologue seem to say that we do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed indeed. For better assurance, let the prologue also seem to say that I am not in fact Pyramus, but instead Bottom, the weaver.
Well, we will have such a prologue, and it should be written in 8 and 6.
No, let it be written in 8 and 8.
Will not the ladies be afeard of the lion?
I fear it.
consider with yourselves to bring in, God shield us, a lion amongst ladies is a most dreadful thing, for there is not a more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Therefore, another prologue must tell that she is not a lion.
Nay. Half her face must be seen through the lion's neck, and it is through there that you will say, thus or to the same effect. Ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble. My life is for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it were the pity of my life, for I am no such thing. I am a woman, as other women are. And it is there that you will tell them plainly that you are snug.
Well, it shall be so. But there are two hard things. We need moonlight in the chamber, for you know, Pyramus and Thisbe mean by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night we play a play?
A calendar.
Oh,
A calendar. Look in the almanac and find out moonshine. Find out moonshine.
It doth shine that night.
Well, then we may leave a casement of the great chamber window where we play open. And it is through this casement that the moon doth shine.
Aye. Or else, one must come in with a bush of thorn, a disfigure, a plastic moonshine. But there is another thing. We need a wall in the great chamber of Pyramus, and Thisbe says the story through a chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Some woman or other must present wall. And it is through that they will have some loam or some rough cast or some plaster about them to signify wall. And they may even hold their fingers as such to signify the craning through Pyramus and Thisbe whisper.
Well, if that may be, then all is well. Come, sit down, every mother's son, and rehearse your lines. Pyramus, you begin. When he is done with his speech, everyone according to his cue.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here? So near the cradle of our fairy queen? What? A play to her? I'll be an auditor. An actor too, perhaps, if I see cause.
Pyramus, begin. Thisbe, stand full.
Disney! Disney! The flowers of odious...
Orders!
Odors savor sweet, so hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. Hark, a voice? Stay thou but a while, and by to thee I will appear.
A stranger Pyramus that never played here.
Must I speak now? Aye, Mary, must you. For you must understand, he goes but to see a noise, and is to come again.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red rose and rampant briar, most frisky journal, and eke most lovely Jew, as true as the truest horse, that yet would never tire, I'll meet thee, Pyramus, and Ninny's tune.
Ninny's tune, man! We must not speak that yet. You say all your lines at once, cues and everything. Pyramus, enter. Your line is, it is past never tire.
As truest horse, that yet would never tire.
Ooh, if I were only fair, Disney, I were only thine.
Oh, monstrous! Oh, strange! Fly, monsters, help!
I'll fly you! I'll lead you back to rock! To rock, to bush, to break, to briar, sometime a horse, sometime a hawk, and neigh and bark and grunt and roar and run at every time.
Why did they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Bottom, thou art changed. What do I see of thee?
What do you see? You see an ass head of your own, do you?
Oh, bless thee, Bottom, bless thee! Thou art translated!
Eh? to me if they could. But I will not stir from this place. I will walk up, and I will walk down, and I will sing. And they will hear that I am not afraid. Oh, the old so cock, so black of you, with orange tawny bill, the throstle with its notes so true, the rain with little quill.
What? Angel wakes me from my flowery bed.
The fish, the sparrow, when the light, the place so cuckoo gray, whose know the monument, the mocking there's no answer. But indeed, who would set his wit so foolish a bird? Then again, who would give the bird the lie, though he cry cuckoo never so?
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy note, so is mine eye much enthralled of thy shade. And thy fair virtues perforce doth move me on the first year to sing, to swear I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. Well, to say the least, reason and love keep little company nowadays. The more that some honest neighbors will not make them friends. Nay, I can lick upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art cute.
Not so neither, for if I had enough wit to get out of this wood, then I had enough to serve my own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here when thou alone. I am a fairy of no common rate. The summer still tend to dote upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I shall give thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch you jewels from the deep, or sing while thou on breast flowers doth sleep. And I shall purge thy mortal grossness, so that thou shalt, like canary spirit, go. Peas blossom, cobweb, and moat, and mustard seed. Ready.
And I.
And I. And I. Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop on his walks and gamble in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purberries, peach figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humble bees, and for night tapers steal their waxen thighs to light them by the fiery glow of thighs, to have my love to bed and arise. And pluck the wings from painted butterflies, to fan the moonbeams with sleeping eyes. Not do him else, and do him courtesy. Hail, mortal, hail.
Well, I cry your worship's mercy, and I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
Good Mistress Cobweb, if I cut my finger, I will make bold with you. I shall desire of you more acquaintance, and I beseech your worship's name.
Peace Blossom.
Good Mistress Peace Blossom. Give my regards to Master Squash, your mother, and Master Peace God, your father. I shall desire of you more acquaintance. And, I beseech your worship's name.
Mustard seed.
Oh, good Mistress Mustard Seed. Oh, I know of thy patience well. That same giant cowardly ox thief that hath devoured a many gentlemen of your house. Oh, your kindred hath made mine eyes water here now. I shall desire of you more acquaintance.
Come, lead him to my bower. The moon, methinks, looks with a watery eye, and when she weeps every little flower, lamenting some in false chastity. Tie up my lover's tongue, bring him silently.
I wonder if Titania be awake. Then what it was came in her eyes, she must start down in extremity. Here comes my messenger. How now, my spirit? What can I rule about this haunted grove?
My mistress with a mountain love, new to her close and consecrated bow, while she was in her dull and sleeping hours. A crew of pageant, rude mechanicals who worked for bread upon the Athenian stalls were met together to rehearse a play intended for great Theseus' nuptial day. The shallow thick skin of the Tyrannosaur, who Pyramus presented in their spot, forsook his scene and entered in a break. I did him at this advantage take, and an ass's knowledge fixed on his head. Anon, his scene must be answered, and so forth my mimic comes. When they him spy, as wild bees at the creeping father eye, so I to sight away his fellow's fly. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. When in that moment so it came to pass, Titania waked and straightway loved it.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet left the Athenian's eyes with the love juice that I did bid thee do?
I took him sleeping. That is finished too. And the Athenian woman by side, of course when he waked, she must be I.
Stand close to the same Athenian.
Huh? This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why rebuke you him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter, or a bitter foe?
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worse. For thou, I fear, hast given me the cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, bring our shoes in blood, plunge in the deep and kill me too. The sun was not so true unto the day as he to me. Would he have stolen away from sleeping Homea? Huh. I'll believe as soon as this whole earth may be bored, and the moon may through the center creep, and so displease her brothers noontide with the antipodes. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look, so dead, so grim.
Aye, so should the murdered look, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. Yet you, the murderer, look as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I had rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog, out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? Henceforth never be numbered among men. Tell true, for even my sake. Hast thou looked upon him being awake, and dost thou kill him sleeping? Oh, brave touch! Could not a whirlwind adder do so much? And adder did it, but with doubler tongue than thine, thou serpent!
You spend your passion on a misprized moon. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood. Or does he dare to for that I think?
I pray thee then, tell me that he is well.
Oh, and if I could, what do I get there for?
A privilege to never see me more, and from thy hated presence part I so. Never see me more, whether I be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce vein. So here for a while shall I remain. Sorrow's heaviness doth heavier grow, and in some slight measure it shall pay. And here on the standard, shall I make some stay?
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and let this love juice on a true love sight. Of thy misprision must perforce ensue, some true love turn and not a false turn true.
Then fate overrules that, one man holding trough, a million fail, confounding oath or no.
About the word goes swifter than the wind, and Helena of the 8th looked up fine.
I go. Look how I go. Swifter than the arrow from the tortoise bow.
Flower of this purple dye, Cupid withdrew archery, sinking apple of his sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beggar for the remedy, beggar for the remedy, beggar for the remedy.
Captain of a fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me, pleading for a lover's feet. Oh, surely their fond passion see. Lord, what fools these mortals be!
Step aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one. That must needs be a sport alone, and these things do best please me that before preposterously.
Why do you think that you won't scorn? Scorn and derision never come in tears. Look, when I vow and weep, in the nativity all truth appears. How can these things in me seem scorn to you, wearing the badge of fate to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more when truth kills truth. Oh, devilish holy fray, these vows are Homer's. Will you give her over? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and me put in two scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when I swore.
No, none in my mind. Now you give her over.
Demetrius loves her, loves not you.
Oh, Helen! Goddess! Nymph! Perfect! Divine! With what, my love? Shall I compare thine eye? Oh, crystal is muddy, oh, how ripe and show thy lips. Those kissing cherries tempted, bro. When thou holdst up thy hand, oh, let me kiss this princess of pure white, this seal of bliss.
Oh, spite, oh hell, as you all are bent this head against me for your merriment. If you were civil and you courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as when you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so to vow and swear and super praise my parts. When I am sure you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A manly enterprise to conjure tears up in a poor maiden's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a person's soul, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Be not so. For you love Hermia. This you know and I know. And herewith, all goodwill with all my heart. In Hermia's love, I yield you of my part. And to yours of Helena to me bequeath, whom I do love and will do till my death.
Woo! Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia, for I will not. If ever I did love her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as guest my sojourn. And now to Helen, as at home return,
Helen.
let her remain.
Helen, it is not so.
Despair is not the fate thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide here. Look, where thy love comes, yonder is thy dear.
Dark night. It's only I, contemplate. Let me hear. Oh, quick, of apprehension make. Thou not by mine eye Lysander found, but mine ear, I thank it, brought me to thy sound. But why unkindly didst thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love that would not let him by. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night, with all yon fiery oaths and eyes of light. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know? The hate I bear thee made me leave thee so.
You speak not as you think. It cannot be.
No, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they have conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired inspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel we two have shared? The sisters' vows, the hours we spent when we chid the hasty put in time for parting us, oh, it's all forgot. All school days, friendships, childhood innocence. Will you render our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? So friendly, 'tis not maidenly, our sex as well as I might chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I'm amazed at your words. I scorn you not. It seems that you scorn me.
Have you not, as in scorn, set Lysander to follow me and praise my eyes and face, and then made your other love, Demetrius, who even now did scorn me with his foot to call me goddess, nymph, perfect, divine, precious, celestial. Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love so rich within his soul? But by your setting on, by your consent. What, though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most, to love unloved, this you should pity rather than despise.
Oh, I understand now what you mean by this.
Me, persevere, counterfeit, sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back. Wink at each other, hold the sweet gist. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument, but fairly wealth is partly my own fault, which death or absence shall soon remedy.
Stay gentle, Helena. Hear my excuse. Hey, my life, my love, my soul, fair Helena.
Excellent, sweet. Do not scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreat. Thy threats have no more strength than of weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. And to prove it false that says I love thee not.
And Helena, I say, I love thee more than he can ever do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to get all this?
Away you.
No. Take on as you will. You are a tame man, Lysander. Go.
Hang off, thou cat. Thou bird wild thing let loose, or else I'll shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why have you grown so rude? What changes this sweet love?
Thy love, out-turning tartar, out-turning tartar, oh lords of medicine, oh hated potion hence.
Do you not jest?
Yes, soon and so do you.
Demetrius, I'll keep my word with thee.
I would if I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I will not trust thy word.
What? You want me to hurt her, harm her, strike her, kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her, so...
What greater harm can you do me than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Am I not Gaya? Are you not Lysander? I'm that scared over there, right? The night you loved me. And then the night you left me. Oh, why then you left me? Why then you left me?
I by my life never did desire to see thee more. So beyond of question of doubt of hope, be certain nothing toward this no jest, that I do hate thee. And love Helena.
Oh, me. You juggler! You canker blossom, you thief of love! What? Have you come by the night and stolen my love's heart from it?
Finally, faith, have you no modesty? No maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness for. Will you tear the patient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit, you puppet, you.
Puppet? Why so? That way goes the game. Now I perceive that she hath made compare between our status. She hath urged her height and her personage. Oh, her tall personage. Her height, forsooth, she had prevailed with him.
I'm so dwarfish and so low. How low am I? How low am I? Now, faggot Nathan! How low am I? Huh? I'm not yet so low, but my nails can reach up to that eyes.
Please, gentlemen, though you both me, let her not hurt me. I have no gift at all in this. I am a lightweight for my cowardice. You perhaps may think, because she is something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower? Hark again?
No, do not be so bitter with me.
Why get you gone? Who is it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
What with Lysander? With Demetrius?
Fear not, Hamya. She shall not harm thee.
No, sir, she shall not, even though you do your part.
When she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she went to school, and though she be but little, she is fierce.
Nothing but little and low. Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come at her.
Get you gone, you dwarfs. You minimus of hindering not grassmate. But you beat. You acorn.
You are too officious to scorn her services. Leave her alone. Speak not of Helena.
No, she holds me not. No, follow if thou darest to try who's right. Thine or mine is most in Helena.
Follow? Nay, I'll go with thee cheek by jowl.
Nay, go not back. All is coil is love of your mistress.
I will no longer trust you. I will no longer stay in your cursed company. Your hands and mine are quicker for a fray. My legs are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed and know not what to say.
This is thy negligence, till thou mistakest, or else committest thy knavery wilfully.
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me to know the man by the Athenian garments he had on?
Seest thou the sweet sight? Seek lovers, place to fight. Here therefore, Robin, overcast the night, and let this testy devil so astray, as one come not within another way. Then crush this her into Lysander's eyes, whose liquor hath virtuous property, to take all error from his might, and all, when they wake, all this derision shall seem dream or fruitless vision.
Fairy King, this must be done with haste. For night swift dragons come the clouds full fast.
Hast make no delay, this may affect our business yet ere day.
Up and down and up and down, I will lead them up and down. I have feared and field in town, goblin lead them up and down. Oh, here comes one.
Where art thou, proud Demetrius? Ha ha ha, speak thou now.
Here, men! Drawn and ready. Where art thou? Oop, oop. Where art thou?
I'll be with thee straight.
Follow me then to play the ground.
Speak now, Lysander. Thou run away? Thou coward? Art thou fled? Where dost thou hide thy head? In some bush?
Thou coward, art thou telling the stars and bragging the bushes that thou lookst for walls and will not come? Come, recreate. Come, thou child. I'll whip thee with a rod. These thee fire that draws a sword on thee.
Yeah. Art thou there?
Follow me, we'll try no manhood here.
He goes before me and still dares me on. When I come where he calls, then he's gone. I followed fast, but faster did he fly. The villain is much lighter heeled than I. Such fallen am I in dark uneven way. Here will rest me.
Coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest. Thou runnest before me and not showing your face. Huh. Thou dost mock me. Now go thy way. Faintness constrains me.
That I may back to Athens by daylight. Oh, please. bore company to death. And sweet, that sometimes shuts up songs, eh? Steal me a while from mine own company.
Two, but three. Come one more. Ah, here she comes. Cursed and sad. Cupid is a lavish lad for making these poor females mad. I can no further try, no further can go. My legs can keep no pace with my desire. On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye gentle lover remedy. When thou wakest, thou takes true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. Judge shall have Jill and not to go in. The man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well. Come, sit thee on this flowery bed while I thy amiable cheeks do coy, and stick musk roses in thy sleek smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peace Blossom?
Here,
Good mistress Peace Blossom. Scratch my head. And where's Cobweb?
Here.
Good mistress Cobweb, get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hipped humblebee on the top of a thristle. And, good mademoiselle, bring me the honey bag. Yes. And where's mustard seed?
here.
Good mistress, give me your leave. I pray you, leave your courtesy.
What's your will?
Oh, nothing, good madame, but to help Peace Blossom to scratch. I am such a tender ass, and I must to the barber's, for if my head do but tickle me, I must itch.
What, will thou hear some music, my sweet love?
I have a reasonably good ear in music. Let's have the tongs and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat.
Oh, truly a peck of provender. I could munch on your good dry oats. Oh, methinks I could go for a good bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay. Hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy that shall seek the squirrel's hole and fetch thee new nuts.
I shall only have a handful or two of your dried peas, but I pray you, let none of your people stir me, for I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I'll wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone, and be always away. So doth the woodbine the sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. The female ivy so enrings the barking fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee! How I dote on thee!
Welcome, good Robin. Seest thou this sweet sight? When I had at my pleasure taunted her, she in mild time asked for my patience. And then I did ask for her changeling child, with straits she gave me. Now I have the boy. I'll undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. But first, I'll release my queen.
The flower messenger.
Seest thou wont to be, seest thou wont to see. Giant god Cupid over flower, had such force and blessed power. Now, my queen, wake you, my Titania.
My Overgrown, what visions have I seen? Methought I was enamored of an ant.
There lies your love.
How came these things to pass? Oh, how I loathe as a sage now.
Silence a word. Robin, take out the set. Titania, music call.
Music, oh music such as charm its sleep. Now with thine own fool's
my silence said, trip we after the night shade. We, the global, can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I was sleeping here was found, with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you, find out the forester. For now our observation is performed. And since we have the Bible today, my love shall get the music of my hounds. Uncouple the Western Valley, let them go. Dispatch, I say, and find out the forester. We shall be up when the morn stop shall mark the musical confusion of hounds and echo in conjunction.
I was Hercules at Cadmus once when I would have freed the gate the bear with hounds of Sparta. Never did I hear such gallant chiding, for besides the groves, the skies, the fountains, every region near seemed all one mutual cry. I never heard so musical a discord, such sweet thunder.
My hounds are bred out of Spartan kind, so fluid,
So sanded, and their heads are hungry as that sweep away the morning dew.
What's soft? What things are these?
My lord, this sir is my daughter's sleep, and this Lysander is. And this Demetrius is, and this Helena. Oh, Negon's Helena. I wonder if they're being here together.
No wonder they rose up early to observe the right of man. Hearing our intent came here in the craze of our solemnity. But speaking, isn't this the river and how we are supposed to give answer for a choice?
It is.
Good morrow, friends. Saint Valentine is past. Begin these wood words with couple now.
Oh, pardon, my lord.
I know you two are rival enemies, but how come this gentle concord in the world that hatred is so far from jealousy to sleep with hate and fear no enemy?
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking. But as I think of what I truly would I speak. I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might without the peril of that
Enough! Enough! My lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon his head. They would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me. You of your wife, and me of my consent. My consent that she should be your wife.
My good lord, Helena told me of their stealth and purpose unto this wood, and I in fury came following them thither, and Helena in fancy following me. For I know not by what power, but by some power it is. All the love I had for Hermia melted like the snow, and now the pleasure of mine eye is only Helena, and I will forevermore be true to her.
Well, lovers, you have fortunately met. All this discourse will Narayan. Yes, I will know very well. For temple bound by these couples shall eternally be knit. And the more now something born, our purpose hunting shall be set aside. Away with the two Athens. 3 and 3 could hold a feast of great solemnity. Come, Hippolyta.
These things seem small and undistinguishable, like far off mountains and clouds.
Methought I see these things with a parted eye, like everything seems double.
So methinks I see Demetrius like a jewel. Mine own and not mine own.
We are awake. The Duke did bid us follow us to the temple.
And my mother!
And Hippolyta.
Yeah, he did tell us to follow to the temple.
And on the way, let us recount our dreams.
When my next cue comes, call me, and I will answer. For my next is most fair time. Hey,
Snug? Darling? God's my life. Stolen hence and left me here asleep. And I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if he were to go about to expound this dream. Methought I was. But no, there is no man that can tell what. Methought I was, and methought I had. But man is a patched fool if he were to go about to say what methought I had. I will have Quince write a ballad of this dream, and it shall be called A Bottom's Dream, for it hath no bottom. Quince! Hey, Quince? Quince! Masters! That's Quince!
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Has he come home yet?
He cannot be heard of. Out of doubt, he's transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It goes not forward, does it?
No, it's not possible. We have not a man in all of Athens able to discharge pyramids, but hey!
No, he had simply the best wit of any handicraftsman in Athens.
Yes, and a very sweet paramour of a voice, too.
You must say paragon. A paramour is a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke is coming from the temple, and there are 2 or 3 lots more married. If our sport had gone forward, we've all been made men.
Oh, sweet bully Bottom. Thus had he lost 6 pence a day during his life, and he could not have escaped 6 pence a day. And the Duke had not given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. I'll be hanged. He would have deserved it. 6 pence a day for Pyramus, or nothing.
Where are these lads? Oh, where are these hearts,
Most courageous day, most happier.
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what. If I tell you I am not true Athenian,
Oh, let us hear, sweet Bottom.
I will tell you everything right as it fell out. But first, get your apparel together. Every woman look over their parts, and be presently at the palace. For the short and the long is, our play is preferred. Yes, and so, good actors, eat no onions or garlics, for we are to utter sweet breath, and they are to say it is a sweet comedy. But no more words. Away! Go away!
Tis strange, Theseus, that these lovers speak of.
More strange than true. I may never believe such antique fables nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies, one apprehends more than the cool reason can comprehend. The lovers, the poets, and the lunatics are of imagination all compact. One sees more devils than the vast hell can hold itself. And if it apprehends some joy, it also comprehends the bringer of the joy. And the night imagines some fear. Eyes a bush, suppose a bear.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, witnesseth more than fancy's images, and grows to something of a strange constancy, although quite admirable. Oh, here come the lovers.
Here comes the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends, joy and fresh day of heart. Accompany your hearts.
More than twice, wait in your royal walk, your boat, and your bed.
Come now, what dances shall we have for the evening? To wear away this long age of 3 hours. Where is our usual measure of mirth? What travels are in hand? Is there no play to ease the anguish or torturing heart? Call! Velocity!
Here, mighty Theseus.
Say, what abridgment do you have for the evening? What mass? What music? How shall we beguile the lazy time if not with some delight?
Here is a brief of how many sports are right. Make choice of which your highness shall see first. The battle with the centaurs, to be sung by an Athenian singer to the harp.
Well, none of that. That story ever told to my love and glory of my kinsman Hercules.
The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, steering the Thracian singer in their range.
That's an old device, and it was played when I came last from Thebes, Conqueror.
The thrice three muses, mourning for the death of learning, lay deceased and begging.
Ah, that's some satire. Keen and critical. Not sorting with the nuptial ceremony.
The tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, very tragical mood.
Very and tragical. Tedious and brief. That's like hot ice and wonder strange snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
A play there is, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play, but by 10 words, my lord, it is too long. For in the whole play, there's not one player fitted or one word apt. And tragical, my noble lord, it is. For Pyramus therein doth kill himself, which I must confess, when I saw rehearsal made mine eyes water, and merry tears of passion of laughter. Never did.
What did that do play?
Hard-handed men who work in Athens here, who have never labored in their minds till now, and now toil their unreflected memory in this play against your nuptial.
And we will hear it.
No! My noble lord, I have seen it, and it is nothing in the world, unless you can find sport in their intense, extremely fond, and stretched with cruel pain to do the service.
I will hear that play, for never anything can be amiss when sinfulness and duty tender it. Go bring them in and take your place, ladies.
I would love not to see wretchedness overcharged and service in his duty perishing.
But, sweet, you shall see no such thing.
But he says they can do nothing in the kind.
Trust me, sweet. Out of this silence set, I have picked a welcome. And in the modesty of the fearful duty, I have heard as much from the rattling tongues of saucy and audacious eloquence. Love, therefore, tongue-tied simplicity least speaks more to my capacity.
The prologue is addressed.
Let him approach.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at the show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. His beauty is lady, this be certain. This girl with love and rough cast off present wall, that wild wall which did these lovers sunder, and through walls chink bosoms they accent, to whisper after which let no man wonder. This girl with lamp and dog and bush of thorn presented moonshine for if you will know. By moonshine did these lovers think no scorn. To meet at Ninnis tomb there to woo. This grisly beast which lion hide by name. The trusty Thisbe, coming first by night, did scare away, or rather did affright. Roar! And as she fled, her mantle she did fall, lying wild with stain. And in comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty Thisbe's mantle slain. Whereat with bloody bladeful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast, and Thisbe tarrying in mulberry shade, his dagger drew and died. For all the rest, let lion, moonshine, wall, and lovers twain, while here they do remain.
I wonder the line people speak.
No wonder, my lord. One line made when many asses do.
In this same interlude, talked before, that I once not by name present of all, and such a wall as I would have you think, that had in it cranny hole or chink, through which the lovers Pyramus and Thisbe did whisper often
lamb in here to speak better.
It is the wittiest partition that ever I heard discourse, my lord.
Oh, silence. Pyramus was in the wall.
Oh, grim-looking night! Oh, night with hue so black! Oh, night, which ever art when day is not! Oh, night, alack, alack, alack! I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgotten, and thou, oh, owl, oh, sweet and lovely wall, which stands between her father's ground and mine. Oh, wall, oh, sweet and lovely wall, show me thy chink to blink through with mine eye. Ah, thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No, this be do I see? Oh, cursed be wall for deceiving me. Oh, cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me.
Wall, he thinks being sensible should curse again.
No, good sir. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She's to enter now. It will fall pat as I told you. Yonder she comes.
Oh, wall, full often hast thou heard my moan, for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones with mine, and hair knit up in thee.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy and hear my Thisbe's face. Oh, Thisbe!
My love? Thou art my love, I think.
Well, I am thy lover's grace, and like Lymander, I am trusty still. Eh?
And I like Helen till the fates me kill.
Not Shufflus to Prochorus was so true.
A shufflest to progress, I to you.
Ho, ho, ho. Well, kiss me through the whole of this vile wall.
Oh.
Mwah.
I kiss the wall's hole, not your lips at all.
Will thou at Minnie's tomb meet me straight away?
Thy life, thy death, I come without delay.
Well then, we.
Thus have I, wall. My path is short, so, and being done, thus wall, away doth go.
Now is the wall down between the two neighbors.
No remedy, my lord, when walls are so willful to hear without warning.
This is the silliest stuff I've ever heard.
The best in this kind are but shadows, and the worst are no worse if imagination amongst them.
Must be your imagination then, not theirs.
If we imagine no worse of them than they were themselves, then they might pass as excellent pen. Here comes to noble peace in a man and a lion.
You ladies, you whose gentle hearts do fear, the smallest monstrous mouse that creeps on the floor, may now perchance both quake and tremble here. When lion ruffle a wild misery's doth roar, then know that I, Snap the joiner, am a lion fell, nor is no lion's dam. For if I should as lion come and stride into this place, then pity all my lives.
A very gentle beast and of a good conscience.
You're the very best of the beast that I've ever saw.
This lion is too fox for his valor.
True. And a goose for discretion.
No, the valor cannot carry the discretion, and the fox carries the goose.
His discretion, I am sure, cannot carry his valor, for the goose does not carry the fox. It is well. Let us leave it to discretion and listen to the moon.
This land thundered the horned moon present.
She should have worn the horns on her head.
She is no crescent, her horns are invisible within the circumference.
This land thundered the horned moon present. Myself, the man in the moon,
This
to
is the
see
greatest
to
error
thee.
for the rest. The man should be put in a lanthorn. How is it as the man in the moon?
It doesn't work. The candle is already in snuff.
I'm weary of this moon, but she would change.
It seems by small at discretion that he will wait, but yet in courtesy in all the reason we shall stay the time.
Proceed, Moon.
All but I
shouldn't all this be in the lanthorn? Huh. Ooh, but silence. Here comes Thisbe.
This is all Millie's too. Where's my love?
Well roared, lion, well roared.
Well done, Thisbe.
Well shown, Moon. Truly, the moon shines with good grace.
Well, Mouse Lion. There comes Pyramus, and so the lion vanished.
I thank thee, moon, for thy sunny beams. I thank thee, moon, for shining now so bright. For by thy golden, gracious, glittering gleams, I can trust to take of truth Thisbe's sight. Oh, but stay! Oh, spite! But mark! What night! What dreadful dole is here! Aye, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear! Thy mantle good! What? Stained with blood? Oh, approach ye furies fell! Oh, fates, come, cut thread and thrum! Quail, crush, quell, and conclude!
Sorrow and death of a dear friend who want to make a man look sad.
It through my heart, but I don't believe it.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? For lion vile hath deflowered my dear, which is... No, which was the fairest dame, which lived, looked, laughed, and liked with cheer. Oh, come tears confound, and outsword and wound the left pap of Pyramus, aye, the left pap, where heart doth hop. And I died thus, and thus. Oh, now I am dead. Now I am fled. Oh, my soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. And now I die.
No die but an ace.
Die.
For he is but one man.
Less than an ace man who is nothing, who is dead. With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and yet prove an ass.
Chance moonshine's gone before Thisbe comes back.
She'll find in starlight. Here comes Thisbe and the passion is the plague.
I hope she doesn't take a long time for such a pyramid.
Die.
Asleep, my love? What? Dead? My dove? Oh, Pyramus, arise! Speak! My dove. Dead! A tomb? Must cover thy sweet eyes. These lily lips, this cherry nose, these yellow cowslip cheeks are gone! Look, snake moon! His eyes were green as leeks. Oh, sisters three, come to me, with hands as pale as milk. Lead him in gore, since you have sure, which shears his thread of silk down not a word. Come, trusty sword, come, blade my breast and brew. And farewell, friends. Thus 'tis we ends. Adieu.
Die.
Lion and the moon are left to bury the dead.
Aye, and the wall too.
No. The wall is down that now parted their fathers. Would it please you to see an epilogue?
No epilogue, I pray you.
Or a bergomask dance between the two of our company.
I pray you no epilogue. For your play needs no excuse. Never excuse. For when all the players are dead, there needs none to be blamed. But come, you Bergomas, let your epilogue alone.
light.